All right, people. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me find out. Where's that live stream at? We just gonna go. We just gonna go, people. We just gonna make this happen right here. Get her going. Let's see. We got the live going. All right. Now we ain't even gonna do a countdown right here. We just gonna go on right into this because I got AP on, and I'm gonna go ahead and milk every damn minute of this thing we got going on here. So AP, now I came up with a fantastic little intro for you. The cartoon kingpin, El Jefe de las Tejas, the one and the only, Adonis Paul. Welcome. I appreciate you for dropping by, buddy.
Well, it is a pleasure and a privilege to be here with you today, Ray. There is no place on this planet I would rather be than with you right now. Now, when we talk about other planets, the possibilities are endless. I might have to ditch you. But here on Earth, you're where I want to be. You're who I want to be with. How's it going, man?
It is going fantastic, bro. You know how to put a big old smile right on my face. I just got all pumped up right there. Now, when you agreed to jump on here for a minute, I was like, holy shit, I got AP coming on. It's big time, people. It's big time. And I was like all excited getting on my my little questions in order here. And, I've been watching AP for as long as I can remember. And, we were just talking backstage a little bit. And I was saying to AP, I was like, I put you on the big TV. And I watch most of all my stuff through the TV. So I'm rarely in chat. But, I always got it on. I remember you popped up them Rumble Wednesdays. And I was just like, all right, here we go, boys. We starting to turn it up.
Now you got to take it off the TV.
Well, no, it's okay. Around these here parts, I run the TV, so every once in a while, I'm like, oh shit, is anybody checking out this TV? But where'd that come from, man? I was just like, I remember when you first started doing it, I was like, holy shit.
I wanted to do the most forbidden live stream on Rumble. I asked the audience, I was like, how much would you pay me to just look at naked bitches and watch people die? And it was kind of a joke when I said it. But the audience was like, no, you should do that. So first it started, it was just a Rumble exclusive Wednesday show because Rumble incentivizes you to do an exclusive show. And I guess the first couple times I went and did it, man, it was just, I'd throw like a nudie girl on and then I'd just delete it afterwards. Nobody cared or whatever. I know they don't have like it's not like YouTube where they will catch that shit with the AI. And it just kind of grew from there. Every week it got worse and worse until last week. I finally hit the wall on exactly how far I was willing to go with Rumble Wednesday. And it blew my mind completely. And it put me in a terrible mood. And I just quit halfway through. And I was like, I'm never doing Rumble Wednesday again, man. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Creative crash out. And then, because I'm like, what am I doing, man? I just watched a woman insert a dildo anally so far, I could see it moving behind her ribs. What do we do? What is this? This is my legacy? But then this Canadian weirdo this week started describing Rumble Wednesday, and he was like, these guys get together on Rumble to watch porn and people getting their heads cut off. What kind of fucking people are these? And I was like, oh, Rumble Wednesday's back on, baby. That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, motherfucker, we're men. That's the kind of shit we love, bro. Come on, that's like high octane entertainment. What the hell is this motherfucking thing? Now, I totally feel you because, like, I've thought about this a lot about like, not algorithm capture, but maybe content capture and how it kind of shapes the message that you're trying to present, and gradually over time it could, move you in a direction that you don't want to go into, and pretty soon you find yourself, like you said, knee deep in butt plugs and anal beads, and you're like, how the hell did I get here? So what do you think about that? Do you consider that a lot, or do you just go with the flow, or what's your strategy on that?
I have a lot of conflicting thoughts on that. One big philosophy I have on what I do is do one thing and do it well. I find it really terrible when people try to branch out and do too much shit. They fail at that. It taints the first thing they did. They ruin their name and they're done. Do one thing and do it well. But that being said, man, you can always change course. Like, you can always go, all right, man, look, Rumble Wednesday can't just be women sitting on 4-foot dildos. Like, this is ridiculous. It's got to have there has to have like a point. It can't just be edge. It can't be a pizza cutter. It has to be a knife. It can't be all edge, no point,
Yeah.
Even if the point is us laughing, it's us laughing. But I just hit this one part where I was mad. It was a bad day. I had stopped taking SSRIs because I was done with that. And then I'm like, I just found myself watching a dildo lady. Hold on a second. I got my dog's barking.
And it puts you in a bad mood too. But you said for a second there, you said you got to do one or two things well. And oh, no problem. We love dogs around here. I love dogs and cats. We're all big dog, big cat people. But I know you got to bounce out. Probably throw him outside, and you know
Sorry,
that happens.
there's a Chihuahua across the street. My neighbor's really cool, but when he brings his Chihuahua out front, they start barking.
Oh, they're just talking to each other. They're just excited about it.
Yeah,
now
calm down.
I was going to ask you. You know, you said you know you wanted to focus on doing one thing right. But you know when I first watched your show, bro, it blew my mind because I'm like, wow, this guy's got the cartoons, he's got the voice, he's got all the content. It looks like you're doing all kinds of stuff and you're doing it well. How did you find that you were so multifaceted?
Well, when I didn't know I was great at this. I've done voiceover work before. I worked for a travel visa company, and they had me do all their recordings and stuff for their phones and whatever. That's of course before I had all my teeth pulled out. But
what did that change your voice or something? Having all your teeth pulled out?
Yeah, it did a lot. It made it a lot more inconvenient to do what I do.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it uncomfortable. That's why I'm not wearing them now. I've kind of speech therapied myself enough to where I'm not doing a lot of S's. You really can't tell.
Yeah,
but
well, you sound great. I'm sorry you had to get all your teeth pulled, but man, you sound great.
No, it was medical, not like meth, so it's not a big deal. I'm cool with it. I promised myself I would never forget the excruciating pain I was in and never regret the decision, so I'm good with it. But what you asked about, how did I get into all this? It was, I had a background in production. I worked as a stagehand. I had a lot of background in video production. I was a V1, so I did all the video editing. I started working with this guy named, we'll call him Ghastly, online. He was a friend of mine in real life, and he discovered Character Animator and kind of glommed himself onto the channel that I had created on YouTube and was like, well, we'll do this Character Animator thing, and you will animate your avatar, and we'll bring my stupid characters from Gulf City into it, and it'll all just be one thing, and we'll make tons of fucking money and shit. And that didn't play out, but I did learn Character Animator. And I've always thought a late night show was the perfect format that can just go forever. Like there's no end to a late night show. There's no 6-8 seasons, you're done. A late night show can go on for 30 fucking years. As long as the host is on point, the late night show will go on forever. The content change, the guests, everything changes every night. I've always been a big fan of late night and the history of late night. But more than that, I really liked, my favorite movie was Casino. So yes. I sat down and I wrote down what I wanted to see in a show. At the time on YouTube, people were doing videos with like what they were watching one video and criticizing it. And I said, fuck that. I'll watch 20. I'll watch all the fucking videos. Fuck all of you. And when people were donating, little donations would pop up, but nobody was like making their own and making cool things happen. So I decided they have these random ones. It'll pop up a random one. I was like, I'll make a slot machine.
Yeah.
I'll just make different slot results, and when people donate, it'll hit random, and then I'll play one of these animations of Pablo getting killed, because that's one of the other things I said for the show, is if it's going to be animated, there's got to be like itchy and scratchy style violence. I don't want to get big-brained with it. I think when people try to pretend to be too fucking smart, they get fucked. I'd rather
it kills
pretend
it.
To be dumb.
Yeah, it kills it.
I pretend to be dumb, so when I say something smart, people are pleasantly surprised. But when I say something stupid, no one's disappointed.
Yeah, no, in fact, you can tell you're smart by how seamless the whole show is. I've always said, the proof in the pudding that somebody's a master is that they make it look easy. And you make it look effortless. Like, somebody could get the hubris and say, hey, I'm going to go do what he kind of does. And like, I'm watching you switch screens right now, all the while talking. And so of course for people out there who haven't done this, I just started doing this, bro. Trying to keep this train of thought going while you're trying to get the next question up can be quite a juggling. And you're sitting there switching screens, you're getting the next thought up, and you're getting the next thing with Pablo going. You're doing all these things, juggling all at one time, and that's why I say multifaceted without a doubt.
It's a lot of balls to juggle, but to be honest with you, I've got a Razer Tartarus, if you know what that piece of gear is, on my left hand. Okay. And I'm using the mouse on my right. So most of the cameras are automated by button.
Okay.
And, mute, basic radio controls, mute, go to technical difficulties. Those are all automated by buttons, cough button. So it becomes like you're playing a video game. And once you learn, you know how a video game's really hard when you first pick it up, and then once you
Yes.
learn the controls,
Yes.
you've been on it a few hours, it just becomes second nature.
Yeah, yeah.
You can kind of see where a joke's coming and start scrolling. You start to think ahead. Like, all right, well,
Yeah.
this is getting kind of boring. Maybe I need to talk to Pablo. Hey, Pablo, what are you doing today, man? Now while Pablo's doing that, I now have a few seconds to think about something else to say. Hey, that's great, Pablo. Thank you very much. Now going on to what I just thought of to say, because I'm stoned and forgot what I was talking about before. That happens all the time. A lot of radio stuff like that I was familiar with in the industry, like running down the clock. People don't know what running down the clock is, and thank God for that, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to throw 4 minutes of dancers on every hour and just take a break.
Yeah.
Why do I need commercials to advertise my own show? I don't. I'm taking a break. It's called running down the clock.
Bro, I love your commercials though. The commercials are great, and I love Pablo too. Was Pablo, like you said, from Itchy and Scratchy? Was that the impetus of Pablo?
Pablo was Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh yeah, I totally see that.
See,
Yeah.
Mr. Kimmel. See, Mr. Kimmel. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Guatemalan, and that he's Guatemalan because I have a lot of Mexican friends. So I asked them who Mexicans hate, because I don't want to shit on Mexicans. And so all of them unanimously were like Guatemalans. So that's how Pablo became Guatemalan, because you can just take a giant shit on Guatemalans. No one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all.
They say you're oppressing a Mexican, because that's what everyone will say is he's Mexican, you get to call them racist.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love Pablo, and it's so crazy that you built that. Like, it was started out. Now it's become a more and more complex character, and how he's worked his way into all of the different aspects of your show, and it really has become a character, and that's magic right there. You created something from nothing. And it became like, I think about Pablo sometimes when I'm out. I'm like, oh, Pablo!
I do the same shit too. I named my little robot that cleans my house is named Pablo. I can watch this. Alexa, make Pablo clean my house. That's what I thought, bitch. He's out there running around vacuuming now.
Now, when you were younger, did you when was the first point that you recognized that you were like creative? Because all kids are creative initially. But then they hit like 10, 11, 12, and some kids kind of go one way, it seems like, and then other kids kind of keep that creativity. You said you were in with the AV crew. Is that what your creativity? Were you passionate about audio video?
Not in high school, man. Like in school, I was more of just a pothead. I just wanted to get high and not go to school as much as possible. But I did I liked animation. I always liked animation. I thought that was cool. I was about 16 when I started getting into the Japanese stuff. Which back then in like 1997 was pretty rare.
It's hard. It was hard to get. It was hard to get.
Yeah, you had to get like these bootleg, hard, shell-covered VHSs of Dragon Ball Z that had like a printout for the title, stuff like that. But I never thought I'd be able to get into it.
Yeah.
So my dream was either to be a comedian or a radio broadcaster, which both of those things in 2025 would have been complete dead ends. Kind of glad I figured this out. Once they made it motion capture, though, and it was just a matter of figuring out what I needed to draw, like drawing the different mouths, the different eyes. There's really not much to it. Believe it or not, it's Photoshop layers.
Okay.
So yeah, my head it's a group, and then everything is layers, and you got like the mouth group, and then there are the different mouths, but they're labeled as the syllable A, E, E, T, F, and it just switches them out when your mouth and your voice
just move.
Match.
Wow, that's pretty far.
There's some of them have 2 or 3 states per one, because you can't just have a mouth pop and be giant. So that's why mine looks a little smoother than like Trippy Poops. He doesn't do like rotating the states in groups or anything, but you'll get there.
That's high level shit right there. That's what I was saying. It's like it feels so organic. It feels like a natural character. And I know there's a lot behind it. I myself never really got into animation. I was always more into fine art. But I had a lot of buddies who were in animation. I had a lot of friends here on the West Coast, down on Culver City, down in the animation industry with Sony and Warner Brothers and all those, and they're all about it. Then they all fucking got their asses blown out when it all crashed, and they're all looking for work and all that kind of stuff, which is crazy. But what was the first Japanimation style movie or show that kind of lit the fire for you back in the day? Was there one in particular, or was there a group?
Well, there were a couple but they were AMVs. They were like movies, and those are the first ones I watched. Ninja Scroll, Ghost in the Shell, Fist of the North Star, Vampire Hunter D, which, Spirit in the chat's going to tell me, well, that was a series. Yeah, I know, but I saw the movie first. Of course, there was Dragon Ball Z, but the one that when I was like, I was a freshman. I guess I was like 14. The one I liked the most when I was 14 was called Ranma One Half.
Okay.
And I to this day, I guess it's because I like karate and tits. But to this day, I'm like, I still can't really explain why I enjoyed that one so much. But I guess when you know all the characters or something, you can get into anything.
Man, I love a good karate scene, and I love me some tits. I ain't gonna lie about that. Now, I was raised.
We can't watch Ranma One Half anymore because the characters are all 16. But when I was 14, those were older women.
Yeah, you were going after the MILFs back then, right?
Yeah, I was really happy to see when the Netflix reboot just went ahead and didn't put underage tits in it. That was cool. Dude,
that's wild, bro. Have you ever done any deep dives into the Japanese animation scene, bro? It is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, there's some very weird things there.
Yeah, it is creepy. I was raised Christian, and my mom kept me away from all that stuff. So the first one I really saw was Cowboy Bebop, but I was just like, I was lit up like a Christmas tree the first time I saw that. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
the music, everything.
Seeing something like that after like Looney Tunes, your whole upbringing, and that's what the age I guess we got to have. In the beginning, we were kids, we had Looney Tunes, we had Disney, and then sudden, G.I. Joe, and it got a little more edgy. Then suddenly Beavis and Butthead came out. And then animation in America, suddenly there were no more rules. Like the MTV generation took over animation. Then South Park came out, Liquid Television. They started pushing all the envelopes with that. And I think that's when the demand for the Japanese stuff grew. We didn't have, people were having to go rent heavy metal.
Yes, I remember that
video. Yeah. So like, we had a real want for edgy adult animation in this country, and the Japs just stepped right in and filled that need. They were like, "Oh, we have everything. You want blood, robots, pedophiles?" We're like, no, keep the pedophiles. We'll take the bloods and robots.
Yeah, keep the tentacle shit, bro. Yeah, we want the robots. We want the killing. We want the music. We want that culture. They just have so many layers of it that just make it so fantastic. What do you think is going to happen? Like, I know that like right now, we got the Chainsaw Man's really big. We got One Punch Man that took a nosedive this year. I don't know if
OPM was so sad. Season 3.
Oh my bro, that's the fucking truth, man. The season 1 was fire. Season 2, I've got a conspiracy theory. I think they crashed it on purpose to try to give Chainsaw Man the preeminent position. What are your thoughts on that?
I think they tried to get cheap with the animation studios, outsourced that shit to Korea, and it ended up looking like crap.
Yeah, it looks like ass.
It didn't even look like the same fucking show, man. I'm willing to give a season a pass. Like, season 1 was, like you said, was fire. Season 2 had its moments, had its moments. Saitama stepped in at the end when King was about to get killed. Everyone, if that didn't give you a hard on, I don't know. Just watch that part if you don't like season 2.
Yeah.
I can't explain season 3, man. They just don't care. I guess One Punch Man is not as special in Japan as it is here.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense because it has such a huge market, and that's why it made me wonder. It's like usually the animation's a loss leader, but it pumps up all of the comics, it pumps up the manga, it pumps up the all of the merchandise and all that stuff, which they make tons of money on, and so that's a primary reason for it, and it keeps the fandom going and has it grow larger and larger. It was a preeminent, anime. How does it take such a nosedive? How do they take a hiatus for 5 years and then give you complete slop? I don't understand how that even happens.
People that aren't the artists and writers start stepping in and throwing ideas around. I'll give you a good example of how this can happen. I don't know if this is how it happened with OPM, but if you watched, I started watching a show called Cobra Kai when it came out.
Yeah.
Seasons 1 and 2, they were
fire.
YouTube exclusive, and they were fucking great.
Yeah, they were fire.
The minute it went to Netflix, it started focusing on the teenagers. The adults were all slapstick comedy, and 40-year-olds are the only ones watching fucking Karate Kid shit, by the way. It became all like they're following the kids at school all the time, teenage drama, too many fucking characters. Again, Saved by the Bell music in the background when they'd go to school would be like, bow, wow, bow, 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 bow. Like instead of Johnny Lawrence being like an actual relatable guy who kind of never became anything, but used to be a hard ass when he was younger, and now he's trying to get it back, kind of a Rocky story. Then he became a cartoon. He became a 1980s cartoon parody video game character, and too many people that don't give a fuck started getting involved. When you start trying to expand your audience beyond what it should be, when you fill a niche and you want to be a mainstream thing, or a niche and you want to be a mainstream thing, that's when you encounter trouble. That's what I mean when I'm like, do one thing and do it well. I'll do late night just like this forever if I can. People say, wow, that show's repetitive. I say, yeah, it's comforting. People watch it because this is what they like. If I start doing something else, do you know the kind of names they're going to get thrown at me? Yeah. Fucking sell out. What are you doing, liberal piece of shit? Why are you going so soft? Like, I mean, it's not even that I'm worried about that, but it's an example of people don't want change as much as the people who enjoy your shit don't want change as much as your critics want change. And if you listen to that, you're not really changing for your fans, are you?
No, facts. No, that's completely true. I really agree with that. And, you know, that's something that I've learned recently is that, you know, you got to treat the chat, you got to treat the critics like they're women. They don't know where the fuck they want to go to eat. You take them where you want to go to eat. You know what I'm saying? And,
to a certain extent, I pray to the chat. The chat is what provides me with my food and shelter and everything. So it's kind of
you deliver. God. Well, you got to deliver. I mean,
but I have
you deliver.
Deliver. Yeah. You must deliver sacrifice unto the god, or it will destroy you.
Well, 100%. Oh yeah, 100%. We've seen that. We got our boy Steel Toe. We got all those other crazy cats out there that are self-immolating right now. They don't seem to have any kind of self-awareness as to what they're being perceived as, or maybe it's the fact that this is the only way they can continue to get attention. What do you think's going on there?
I think they hate Medicare so bad they can't take the good advice that came out of Medicare. Do your show, read your super chats, and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, that's facts. And I don't know if they're ever going to do that. They're going to try to keep, like you said earlier, they're trying to push and try to expand their market beyond what it's supposed to be.
Like Ralph right now. Like last week, he was a drunken fucking wreck. And this week, he's high grounding, and he's got all these projects he's working on. He's got a good work ethic, and he's ready to come back to America and join this. And he's a great guy, and you're just lying about me. Just last week, you were telling me to go straight to hell, and I was the only guy telling my friends, hey, man, why don't you leave his kids out of it? I've been through some family court shit.
Bro,
that shit cannot be what it appears sometimes, man. He's enough of a queer where you have got 10,000 pages of Kiwi Farms thread of shit you can hit him with, man. I wouldn't just go like straight at his kids. That's not how I roll. But since he decided, fuck me to hell for taking that opinion, hey, Ralph, fuck you and your fucking abandoned fucking son, you deadbeat piece of shit.
Bro, facts. Mersh even told me to lay off of him with the cartoon a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, for sure. I was supportive of Ralph, and I didn't know what happened between him and Dick, and it was none of my business. But I was gonna stay out of it until, bro, I laid off him for 2 weeks. I make one cartoon, and he freaks the fuck out. At least he knows I can cook good. But my art is dog shit, and I'm using that quote in my book. If I ever make a book, bro, I tell you that for sure.
Put this quote in your book, man. People have a very special reaction to seeing themselves as a cartoon.
Oh.
People think, oh, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. What the fuck are you going to do? Make fun of me, bitch. And you turn them into a little cartoon just once, and that blows their mind. It's like a Black Mirror reflection. It's like the reflection they would see if they didn't have ego in the mirror. And it melts.
Bro, facts.
You know what melted Laura away? Seeing herself on screen like that. It melted James away. It melted Scooby away. I didn't do a LITTTTTTT one. I just did a drawing and put it in the credits. But it never fails that when someone sees themselves as a cartoon and sees what they look like and what they behave like displayed that way, kind of changes them.
It cuts through the ego, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't have to insult them. I can show them exactly what I think of them.
Yeah, that's right. It reminds me a lot of that Seinfeld where Elaine was dating some dude and he told her she had a big head and she could never get over it. And at first she thought it was nothing. Did you ever see that episode? And it was
I can't believe I don't remember that episode. I love Seinfeld.
well, there was an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine, she was dating this guy, and everybody told her, "Don't date this guy. He has the worst insults possible." And she was like, "No, I got this." And then they dated, and then he didn't want to go on a second date with her, and she asked him why, and he goes, your head's too big." And then she laughed. She laughed at him.
It's a good insult because I'm sitting here thinking about it right now. Like, her head is too big. That hair.
But then for the rest of the episode, it got in her head, and she was like shrinking down and trying to hide her head, and she was falling apart, and she ran back to him at the end to try to get him to take it back, and it was incredible. And it kind of, that's what it made me think about. You put them in cartoon format, and it kind of does that. It shows them, and it's like, oh my God, my head is too big.
Yeah, when Ralph lost weight, when all those Gunt cartoons and jiggling fucking jelly people started coming out in the chat, suddenly losing weight became a priority.
Yeah. No, that's facts. And, I never really wanted to make a cartoon that was mean-spirited or anything like that. I just wanted to make him honest. I think that's where the strongest comedy is in the most honest cartoon.
I started like that, but then people on the internet pissed me off.
Yeah, then you went to war.
And then I went to war. Yeah, I was like, all right. I think the first one I cartooned was Scooby, and that all the Star Wars shit in Part 5, and it was so funny. Like, he saw himself with his gay butt plug fur tail coming out and his stupid USA mask, bopping it with his cane, going, "Hey, I'm a gangster," and it really just takes home. It hit home with him. I see Scooby still in a server. You should remind him of everything from 8 years ago, and that nobody has forgotten it.
Yeah, I saw that comment. Damn, that shit doesn't ever leave, and that's kind of the funny thing is the internet's forever, right? And so, these people that are like cluster B type personality disorders, they have this situation where they typically burn down their life every year or two and go on to somewhere else. But when you burn down your life on the internet, that's everywhere. Where do you go?
You can't. You got to go back to real life because everybody, you're a joke. Once you're a joke, you're a joke. That's my advice to Ralph. Is like, you only get so many redemption arcs, buddy. Before people are like, you're just that fucking guy. Yeah, okay, you're sober again this week. We've all known an alcoholic like that. We've all known an addict like that, like the eternal relapsing addict or alcoholic. Look, man, I just need you to get all your shit together. Get it all together. Put it in a backpack. Take that backpack. Call all the people get them to put their shit in their backpacks. Take all of that shit. Put them together. Get all of your shit together. Okay, then get on a train with all of your shit. Take it to the train depot with the other trains. Get all those together. What I'm saying is get your fucking shit together.
Yeah. Bro, you got to get that shit together, dog. Before you even try to present yourself. It's like you said, if you turn the chat against you, and I've seen it happen. I mean, like, we've all seen it happen so many times that if you turn the chat against you, bro, they'll burn everything down. They will burn your house down, your home down, your school down, your work down, your family. They burn everything down. And they're like the waves of the ocean. You can't fight it. It just keeps coming.
Yeah, and the only thing you can do is cope about it. Like Ender Ninja, who's saying in the chat, he's saying, he says you ruined your life, allegedly, because of that video. Bro is coping so hard. I'm... Okay, now Scooby's hiding in Discords, and I've made 6 locale videos with tens of thousands of views on them, and we're still laughing at him. My life is good. I own my house. I'm happy just like Ray Ray's happy. Look at this, man. Ray Ray rules, and Ray Ray is happy. You know what? I'm happy, too. I own my home. I don't live with my mother like him in my 40s. I'm not disabled. I don't have a fat, ugly wife. I own my vehicle. I have investments. I'm planning for retirement at this point. I'm starting to kind of think maybe I'll live a few years, now again. I'm good. I'm wondering at what point is my life going to get ruined by Scooby 331? Because I'm still waiting for it.
that check's probably never going to be cashed, in the mail. Yeah. That kind
Scooby,
of thing.
You can go ahead and clip that thing about getting your shit together that I just said. Just clip out the beginning part where I say who it's to. Send that to Scooby. Okay, it'll work for him too. Get your shit together, Scooby. Shut up.
Now, when one of the things from your show that really blew my mind when I very first watched it, and at first I was shocked, but then I found myself singing it all the time, was Yatta. How the hell did you come across that?
That was just some old internet shit from the 90s, man. That was something like in this like internet clan in, I guess, 98. It was really old. I remember I was sitting in front of my first PC that was on dial-up modem in my mom's apartment. So it was a long time ago, dude. No, maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't watch it there. I don't remember where I saw it first. It was just a long fucking time ago, bro. Yata is it's a skit from a Japanese variety show where something horrid and terrible is happening to somebody. And then these happy guys show up and they start singing Yata.
They're so happy, bro. I'm sitting there. I was like, I'm repulsed because they're like, they're almost naked, but then they're so happy. I'm like, I can't. I have to keep listening. I'm like, and then that
Ohio, you learn Japanese, man.
Yeah.
You know how to say good morning in Japanese now.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's that remix of it. You started doing the other version of it, and I was just like, bro. So,
or maybe Yata comes after cringe talk because in the theme of the show. For instance, the skit that we watched, that I showed everyone of it, is a guy, the Titanic just went down. Him and his woman are clinging to wreckage. And then there's this guy who's just standing on the water behind them in just his underwear with a leaf on. And he's like, Konnichiwa! And he just starts like giving them good advice about how awesome life is. And they start singing Yata to them. And then they drown. So that's why I play it after. We just saw something terrible. So you need to be cheered the fuck up a little bit. There's nothing gay about Yata, man. I mean, if you don't like Yata, you're gay.
That's facts, bro. Yata's fire, dog. I love that fucking. I find myself, I'll just be driving sometimes and just be like, Yata, yeah, and I'll be just bouncing to it. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Has there ever been a point where you've had a hard time with the creativity, where you've been blocked creatively?
Yeah. I went through it recently. I just got it unblocked by this Canadian spurg that I've rekindled my passion for ripping people's buttholes apart on the internet. But creative ruts, man, I've tried everything, bro. From like getting away from it to doing mushrooms. But the trip is never what you want it to be. So if you're like, all right, man, I'm going to write, I'm going to draw, I'm going to come up with some new characters, I'm going to come up with a whole new show, man, you just find yourself like playing VR beat games for 6 hours. Like, it doesn't work. You can't tell the mushrooms what to do. So
it's true.
I've never been able to get away from a creative rut other than to just accept it and be like, this is where nothing's going to change for a minute. A new idea will hit me. Something will come up. I
found that,
shit.
What's up?
In 30 minutes. I thought I have something to do today. I thought was on Thursday. But you said it was just going to be an hour, right?
Yeah. If you have to bounce right now, that's good, fine, man. Too. I mean,
all right. No, not now. I don't have to go for 30 minutes, man.
Okay,
I thought I had a Thursday meeting that I missed last week, and I was going to miss it this week too, but I put it on Microsoft Calendar.
Yeah, I feel you, dog. You can't be missing the meetings, AP. People need you, bro. They need you.
I'm making a game show. It's exactly what we're talking about right now, man. I'm working with programmers and stuff to make a game show, and so I'm being an asshole and missing meetings.
Bro, that's not, well, the talent can always miss a meeting or two, bro. I've worked with talent before. I've been on both sides of the chair. The talent dictates.
Don't schedule 10 a.m. meetings with a late night show host.
I know. Well, that's what I tell people too. I go, man, if you want me to be up early, we're talking 11:30. That's what we're talking right there. Because I go to like 3 a.m. on the West Coast, and so that's about 11:30 my time in the morning. So we're gonna have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like I don't even know Royce and them anymore, bro.
Well,
I hadn't seen Daywave live in years. I gave up, dude. I finally took on that like Mersh life where I'm like, I'm waking up at 3. That's just who I am.
Bro, facts, dog. That was so funny because Mersh is he was one of the first guys that I ever started watching. That's how I found ROTC, and then I would try to watch some of the Daywave every once in a while when I got up early and stuff like that. But I'm up too late, sleeping too late, and I'm like, fuck, man, and then I already have my routine going. You know what I'm saying? I can't watch Daywave and then watch I gotta watch the ROTC and then blah blah blah. But I got that Nightwave life going right now, dog.
Right.
Yeah,
that's where it's at right now, man. That's where the action's at. Merch has just been dubbed king of the Dabbleverse, and
bro, what about that?
We have all been knighted. We didn't even ask to be knighted. We all just got a raise and a promotion out here on the internet.
Bro, got a lordship out of it? Like, how the hell did that happen?
Hell yeah, man. I got a new job too. It involves like drugs and stuff. I don't really know what he just said. There's something that means you just get to get fucked up and nobody bothers you. And that's my job.
Bro, that sounds like a legit job as long as they keep supplying you with all the stuff that you need.
Yeah, man. It's the midget job from Game of Thrones. It says I can do that.
Oh, Littlefinger. That's right. Littlefinger.
Yeah, the guy who knows things and gets all fucked up.
Master a coin, I think is that what it was?
Sure.
Maybe the chat knows. Yeah, yeah. The little hand or the master a coin. That's hilarious, bro. Bro, this whole thing with Mersh has been a trip, man. This whole he really has brought it all together. And watch him bring in the Sector and then the Dabblevorce and all these other crazy people and. Bro, watching him with that Matt Mead guy, and bro, how about that live stream of like their tussle, their domestic violence, bro? I was like, what the? This is like golden Nightwave right here.
Yeah, it's become it's a really great era of Nightwave. All eras of anything will come to an end, and I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm not saying like it's going to come to a burning end. I'm just saying it will. This game is peaks and valleys, but right now you're on a peak. With Nightwave. It's a great show right now.
I remember when there was that Teddy Hart arc, and that was a golden arc with the rhinestone.
That was another big mountain on the horizon. Nightwave was Teddy Hart getting his shit kicked in.
Bro, that guy was nuts. The best question ever of all of it was when Mersh got it in the chat, and he asked him, he's like, "Are you a Mason?" And then like you saw his face like drain the blood, and it turned white, and he was like, right. "I gotta go." And you were like, "Holy shit, nailed it." Now, I got another question for you, AP. You're a very creative person, and you work in a creative field all the time. So much so that you are modest about it, and you say, "Oh, I got this, I got that, But bro, let me tell you, like the learning curve for that's pretty steep. Okay. Now, you're a very creative person, and you're also in a unique position that you can see the creativity of the younger generation. What do you have any commentary? Like, what is the younger generation? Are they going to be as creative, or is the computer kicking their ass? Is AI kicking their ass, or are they going to be just fine? What do you think's going on there?
Man, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but they do appear to be less creative. I see a lot of rebooting. I see a lot of things that have already been done. Animation-wise, it's all very lazy drawing, and I respect that because I was thinking about just drawing squiggles and giving them personalities too, because that's all animation is these days. AI is going to kill everything. It's going to kill them all first, and then it'll come for live animation like me. But yeah, it will destroy all of us. I'll have to adapt to just controlling AI to creating things eventually. Everyone will.
Yeah. Do you think that people will reject AI at some point because it is just slop, or do you think that it will be infused into our culture?
It'll kind of become ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous? That's a good word. I like that word.
That's the word. It's going to become that with our culture. But the bubble of fear and growth will pop. So eventually, it'll settle into what it is, or it'll kill us all.
Bro, don't you think it's wild that AI was able to scrape all of this digital, IP from people and use it for itself without being sued? Like, how come nobody talks about that?
Because you can't sue a robot, bro.
I know, but what about the companies who OpenAI, ChatGPT?
They didn't make it. They didn't make the robot do that. You made it draw that. Just because you bought a pen and paper, they didn't tell you what to draw. That's what they're going to say in court. That's
a good point. And like Adobe just said, "Hey, everything you draw on our platform is ours."
Yeah. Well, did they say that?
Yeah, they said that.
Or did they say everything that you upload to them is theirs?
Oh,
I don't upload. Adobe Cloud is one thing. I don't upload shit to the cloud. So
okay. Facts. Let me restate that. Everything you upload or run through their cloud is theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, and what it really is. They don't want child pornography on their on their servers. That's I think what that was about.
Okay. Because that sent ripples through everybody. Everybody was dropping Adobe like crazy. They were all freaked out about it. I have a lot of artist friends who I'm primarily traditional, but they all do it on the tablet and all their Cintiqs and all that stuff, and they're like, "Holy shit, we're switching! We're switching!" Telling me.
I had to. I bought a bunch of Adobe stock in COVID, and I did not play out the way I hoped it would.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to go up too, but it hadn't done so well, has it?
Oh, it's gone way, way down. I had to dump that shit.
Yeah. Bro, that makes me think really quickly about, did you hear about what people were saying, how Epstein was invested in Bitcoin and in initial Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff?
I have no doubt.
What's your take on that?
I have no doubt. That was a dirty Israeli juiced up motherfucker that was working for the Israeli government to get as much on high level American officials as possible.
Oh, facts, bro.
Yeah, and, absolutely. Who's going to be on that? If there was an Epstein list, you know who would be on it? Plenty of presidents, bankers, everybody who was in the New York high-class socialite scene. And it doesn't mean they were all fucking kids, but he was able to get something on a lot of them. Not all dirt is child fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. But as soon as you get on that list, you pretty much fucked yourself, right? Because even if you have a little bit of that CP on it, everybody's going to just assume, right?
Yeah, that's the bad part. Is if your name's in that shit at all, it just means you went to a party in New York in 1998. But that you were there with some guy. It's kind of like throwing stink on me for hanging out with Tonka before we knew he was a pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, you can't before the shit comes out about somebody. You can't really put stink on everyone who was around them. You can put suspicion on them, but like not everybody who knew Diddy was at the Diddy party.
Oh, bro, remember Denzel Washington always said, "Go home before the devil comes out." When he was talking in reference to Diddy parties, bro.
Yeah.
So he went to the parties, but then he bounced early. You know what I mean? Before they got all the lube and all that shit out, all that baby cream or whatever, baby oil, whatever the fuck they were using.
Denzel looked at him. He opened the door to one room and he said, "Oh, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here. Oh, you a freak with the baby oil. Were you thinking you were gonna fuck me? Oh, no, sir. You ain't fucking nobody." That's my best Denzel.
No, he was like, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me," or some shit like that. Yeah, motherfucker, King Kong ain't got shit on me. And
let me tell you something, son. You ain't ready for this dick. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah. Dude, Training Day, one of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely love that movie. Now, right? I mean, like, dude, that movie is so solid. I was just talking to somebody about that last night, about how, we were just talking about the creativity. It seems like the creativity in movies has just fucking gone through the floor. I don't know if you saw that new Predator or anything like that, but if somebody's asking me, "Hey, you want to go see a movie?" I'm like, "Why?" You know what I'm saying?
Why would I spend money on something that I'm probably gonna hate, so I'm just gonna watch it for free on the internet? It's not our fault that we have these predispositions about movies. They want to call us bigots and shit, but it's not our fault that every female character you put in the lead was shit. It's not our fault that you departed from the way people actually act in real life and nobody could relate to your films. It's not our fault that we think everything out of Hollywood is going to be woke CGI filled crap. It's not our fault that we're sick of reboots and sequels. You have abused us with that shit like redheaded stepchildren.
Bro, facts. And
we're going to do Gremlins 3. Aren't you excited? No.
With no
I just
plot.
watched Bill and Ted die. I'm not ready again.
Oh, bro, when they brought Bill and Ted back, I couldn't handle that, man. What was that, the fourth one? Oh, I couldn't even watch that.
The worst ending to a film that has ever been filmed.
Well, and also when they brought back King of the Hill, everybody was pumped about that, but that didn't go over so well, did it?
That's mid.
Yeah, mid.
Like, it wasn't offensive. It just was mid. I mean, I watched it and I got a couple laughs, and really, if I would have watched it high enough, I wouldn't even remember it.
But here's the thing, though, right? Because if you took that King of the Hill and you swapped it out with the original back in the day, we would have never even been talking about King of the Hill. It probably wouldn't have gone out of the second season.
Nope. But then again, back in the day, we were all kind of confined to our entertainment. You had to watch what they put on TV. Now, if something sucks within 3 minutes, we're out of there.
Well, that's true. And not only that, but everybody's competing with video games and all that kind of stuff, too.
Yeah, interactivity. And
yeah, speaking of, what kind of video game are you developing? You said you had all kinds of meetings. Is it Hush Hush? If you sign
it's not a video game. It's a live game show that I'm developing. It's as opposed to a lot of the game shows that are out here right now that people are kind of bootlegging, or it's a video game in front of them they're playing. We're gonna have a real game show. We're gonna program it. It's gonna work by itself. It's gonna use AI to run part of it. Very, very intuitive. Have guests on, and I'm gonna have the chat versus my guests. So I'll pull in one of my friends, and then the chat will have they'll switch out every round. There'll be the chat versus them. And
bro, that's fire.
The way it's going to work is in the beginning, the chat, or during the show, people in the chat will be able to do a command and pick a team to be on, whether they're on my team or the chat's team. Now, whoever's player wins, we're going to have sponsors, and we're going to do a drawing of all the people on that team, and they're going to take home an actual prize from our sponsor. In addition to that, all these super chats and donations that come in, we're going to split that with the winner. So there will be an actual cash prize. There will be an actual prize that the audience will take home, and you will be able to boost whoever you're cheering for from the chat with certain commands. You'll be able to help them. It'll be a very cutthroat show. There'll be more or less gambling. It's going to be called Adonis Paul's High Stakes.
That's awesome. What's the ETA on the rollout on this? This sounds fantastic.
I'm looking somewhere between Christmas and the New Year, man. We're the
Wow.
back end,
already that fast? Wow.
They're building the back end for it right now. That's what I'm going to be looking at here in about 15 minutes, and then I'll get my orders for art, and I threw in my input on what I wanted the show to be and what features I wanted it to have, and you can there's Pablo Pinatas, man. You can bust Pablo's head and the prize come out, man, if you want. It's cool.
bro, it sounds fire. This is the kind of internet shit that I was promised like 10, 15 years ago. The
Me
interactive,
too. And it never happened. That's why.
Well, wait, yeah. Well, what the hell happened? You know, now we got the AI. Now we got all this stuff. How come we're doing reboots when we should be doing these? You know, how everybody could have a real, interactive kind of, come on down to the Price is Right. Adonis Paul, Pleasure Palace, going to get it going, kind of thing.
Because everyone's afraid to get called a psycho. You know, I'm not afraid for you to call me a psycho. My family and my woman and my kid all know that I'm a very cool, loving person, and Adonis Paul on air is not your father's son, husband, or whatever. They're all aware of that. So I'm not afraid of doing shit like this online and having be like, you're a fucking psycho, and getting that criticism. To me, it's not criticizing me. You're criticizing this. It's like if I drew Beavis and Butthead and people were like, Butthead's a real sociopath. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Mike Judge is not offended. That was the plan. Adonis Paul, you arrogant, pompous fucking piece of shit. That was the plan.
Bro, I don't get it, because if it feels like that's what everybody wants to see, right? That's what we want to watch. It kind of feels like back in the day when the jocks were out there and the nerds were all mad. Now the nerds have taken over and the world's terrible and they're just bitching about everything. The jocks are coming back, i.e. you're one of the jocks on the internet coming back, and now they're mad at you. Why would anybody call you psycho for delivering content of that quality and that caliber? Bro, that's pioneering, cutting edge shit right there.
Just last night, I could show you a clip. I can link you to. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Can you play stuff on your show?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna send you a YouTube link. It's only a minute long. It's a promo I made last night for Rumble Wednesday, and it's going to be. I'm gonna put it in the side chat here. This is a guy talking about Rumble Wednesday just last night.
Okay.
And this will show you what I mean by, people will call you a psycho on the internet. Like, people are afraid to do edgy shit because people will come at them like this.
Okay. Now I'm going to try and play this now. Can you play straight through Zoom? Because this will be the first time I play something through Zoom. Should I play it through Zoom so you can watch it too?
I've watched it. I can just watch it on the watch page. Whatever makes the audience be able to hear it is cool. Right, cool. You can do it in OBS or whatever.
That's what I'll do. I'll just do it straight in OBS then.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. All right, cool. Let me get my browser. That's crazy. So this guy's just talking about crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah, he says we get together every Wednesday to jerk off together to gay porn, and it's not just that we're putting pornography and extreme violence together, and what kind of crazy people do. It's a great little example of exactly what we were just talking about. Where I was like, people are afraid of being called crazy, so they don't want to take chances anymore.
Okay.
They're afraid of. It's not like you're getting called crazy in National Enquirer anymore. You're getting called crazy by 1,000 people who will say it directly to you.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick. It just fired up and just started playing. Sorry about that, people. I'm still getting used to it a little bit. All right, I got it right here. Here we go. Oh yeah.
I don't think they can hear the video, bro. Do you have your desktop audio on?
Yeah, I do. Can they not hear it? Oh, they can't hear it. Okay, let me go ahead and add that. Sorry, people.
Yeah, I'm not just trying to promote my shit. It was just the best example I could give.
Okay, desktop audio capture. Here we go. Well, no. I want to promote you. I want to promote Adonis Paul. Adonis Paul is awesome. So if I can promote Adonis Paul, I appreciate you coming on, and I love it, AP. So we're gonna try.
Yeah, Ray does rule. Look at this man. You see where he's helping out the kingdom?
Yeah.
This is all done. This is all done in the spirit of the new sector under King Mersh.
Fuck yeah, King Mersh made money planes rain down from the sky.
We have better shows. Me and Ray are hanging out. Look at this. This is the new kingdom.
All right, people, here we go. Let's play. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Oh, fuck.
Okay, well, the point is, people will call you crazy if you do anything like creative and new, and I think that scares people. People don't want to be called stupid, but man,
Yeah.
I've died, bro. Don't ever worry about people laughing at you and thinking you're stupid. You're not going to regret you're only going to regret the shit you didn't do, man. You're not going to regret the shit you did do and fail at.
Yeah, facts. No, you're 100% right. And, you know, be the person who wants to stand up and rise above and wants to, you know, take the risk and reach for that golden ring. You know, that guy right there, I think you even said you're going to go ahead and make a documentary about him, too. Is that what? A lot of people don't know you make fantastic documentaries. People don't know this.
I'm about to fuck pussy. That's what's going to happen, man. This gentleman's speakeasy on the internet, he evoked my ire. And because of that, I've had to make an example out of this man. He is trying to grow himself into the new Tonka saw, and that cannot be allowed. Any seeds of Tonka trying to grow stomped out wherever we find them forever.
Yeah.
No internet tough guy bullshit, lying about your entire fucking life and then morally browbeating everyone else about theirs, calling everyone a fucking pedophile and deadbeat when in reality you've got 3 children that you abandoned. Everyone else about theirs, calling everyone a fucking pedophile. People like that must learn a lesson. And I'm here to teach it to them. There's a point in this next video I'm making where I'm going to show you exactly where he starts the fuck around phase and when he hits the find out phase. And there will be no questioning of why I'm going so hard on this douche. I was gonna say douchebag, goofus, and it got all mixed up, but you get it,
bro. I feel you with the whole word thing, man. I got words in my head, you know, that I'm trying to line up for the next sentence or whatever. I'm trying to direct the conversation, the chat, and I mesh the words together. I mumble them out and all this kind of shit. But I'm like, whatever. We're gonna keep rolling. You know, you've done a ton of documentaries. I remember you did some LITTTTTTT stuff that was amazing, bro. I didn't even know who that bitch was until you started doing that. And
LITTTTTTT was my girl.
I remember when she came out for her redemption arc, and then that got cut short because she got, put back in jail or whatever. Yeah. Her going to that trailer house, bro, that blew my mind. You know,
oh yeah,
I can't believe all that
she's a
stuff.
Wild girl, man. That's my girl. It's when you find that's actually JJ Stoner found her, and I took that cow. I came to his pen at night and roped it and said, man, I got a much bigger rodeo this bitch can go to.
I said I'll put my brand on that one.
Downside of that is the drama community came by the tens and thousands to watch that video, and the YouTube drama community is the most disgusting, toxic, horrific group of people. Like they are the lowest form of life on earth. So that the downside is the audience that will come to watch that video sometimes is not the audience you want. I had to insult them a lot until they went away.
No, I feel that goes back to what we were talking about the audience capture and how you get that growing those clicks, those views, and because you're doing the stuff that they like, and then all of a sudden you end up over in Iowa or something, and you were shooting for Nevada, and you're kind of like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, it's like I warned Aaron Imholt about. I was like, yeah, I see what you're doing with this white power hour shit you're doing right now, but the people that are hyping you up in your audience to be all super white nationalists don't give a fuck about the fact that every time that you do shit like that, you're losing an opportunity in the future. If you're really about that life, Aaron, good for you. That's awesome. White people are great. But I don't think you are. I think you're letting your audience drag you down, and the applause of your audience for certain things drag you down a road you don't want to go down, and you ain't built for that life.
Oh, man. It's like, you see these mama's boys, and they want to get out there and play football, and you're sitting there saying, I know how this is going to end. I've already seen it happen like so many times. What are you guys thinking? And then they still want to go out, and they still want to get, they want to get their medal tested because their mama always patted them on the head and said, you're the best. And guess what? They're not the best. They got
like shit. Aaron just got out of jail where the only interview that came from jail was a black guy. Try to imagine. So, he even in his county, in Stearns County, he wasn't in the majority in that county jail. Just statistically speaking, he's not going to be. Try to imagine if he was a lot more popular. Let's say he was like Gypsy Crusader level. There ain't no AB to protect him in Stearns County.
Yeah. There's not.
Yeah,
and,
if they'd have known what the fuck he was, and if one of those guards didn't like him and said to the wrong black guy, yeah, that's the white power hour guy. That'd have been your ass on the basketball court the next day, Aaron.
Yeah,
you ain't
facts.
about that life, bro.
Yeah, facts. What was it? He had those chapped lips, and he still did it. Did the show the other day, looking all feminine and whatnot. He would have been beat to hell, man. And
Yeah,
it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
He's a real character. I'll say that, man. Aaron is a real disappointment. There were some people I didn't hate him, and there were
a lot of people tried to intervene to help him.
Yeah, but he decided he was going to try to like use me to shield from Mersh at one point, and then didn't even live up to the promise he made to me. He was like, "All right, man, AP is going to be." Mersh was making fun of him, so on his show he announces without ever calling or asking me, "AP is going to be on the show next week," because he knows Mersh is watching, and Mersh isn't going to just openly step on my dick for no reason. Fine, go do your fucking little thing. But come next week, I didn't hear from Aaron. Even came to my chat later when I was like, "I've never heard of this interview being set up, Aaron." I immediately went out and was like, "This is the first I've heard of it, Imholt." So he comes to my chat and he's like, "You're on this day." Then he just no calls, no shows, the whole thing. And then I believe the day before, I think the day either before or after that is when all the fucking Ricada shit crashed out, and he had Kiki on instead of me, which I'm like, that's why I really hate you. I'm way more entertaining than fucking Keanu. And there is no universe where Keanu C. Thompson is more of a get than me off of OnlyFans.
Ever, bro, ever. Why are those people kissing his ass so much? I don't understand that. Like, why are they protecting him?
Because he's all they got, man. He knows that they're safe with him. He cannot turn on them because he is a turd who's got nowhere to go. He's their little pet now.
But dude, does he have more clout than them? I don't get it. It doesn't seem like he has more.
They just know they can trust him because he's a fucking nothing. Because he's got nowhere else to run to. They're his only friends now.
Yeah, bro, that's so wild. It fucking blows my mind. And I ask myself this all the time. Like, it's one thing to be a piece of shit on, in your private life, but then to project it for everybody else to attract that to you, bro. Why would you want to swim upstream like that?
People lose control of their persona and who they want to be or what they want to do. They don't think ahead, man. People don't see beyond their own nose when they get angry.
Oh, that's true. And also they're driven by that clout, by the attention, especially the cluster B personalities, that you got your narcissists, your Machiavellians, your psychopaths that are all drawn to that kind of stuff. And they, I've had it happen in my life quite a few times, before I did any of this shit. I was an engineer. I tried to do a little thing in Hollywood there for a minute. All kinds of knives in my back, bro. I had to learn quick. And thank God I wasn't successful, because I would have been fucking vultured like crazy. And so
just don't put too much of yourself out there, because if someone cuts it off, make sure whatever you put out there, if someone cuts it off, it's not a big deal. It'll grow back,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let somebody like know my child who's on the internet or something like that. You could really do damage. You could fucking
Yeah, facts.
Hurt my kids. Something like I'm going to go through Adonis Paul and make jokes about topical fucking shit. It's that's putting a fingernail out in the world. Cut that off. Criticize how dumb Adonis Paul is, or what a retard I am, or whatever. I don't care. None of that matters.
Yeah, no, facts. And the things that you've accomplished with your show, and just the sheer magnetism. And I'm not blowing smoke, bro, because I wouldn't even want to be talking if I wasn't like, bro, this is the shit. It says something. It's a testament to itself that you're able to, by yourself, out of nothing. And this is what I think is so wonderful about creativity, is you created all of this from your mind. And you put it all together, you created a show, and it attracts other people to you. And it helps provide for you, and it helps provide entertainment for other people. And it's quite a giant testimony to your creative ability. So, I'm not trying to glaze you or nothing like that, but I'm just saying the facts.
In real life, I am nothing like this, man. I'm a hermit in my house. I've got social anxiety disorder and health anxiety from fucking heart. The only thing I can say is I'm not like ugly and fat at this point, and I might have sex tomorrow if they let my girlfriend in the country. That'll be cool.
Well, hopefully the Canadian border lets her through.
I will have. Boy, she better put a Band-Aid over her butthole like King Hippo had over his tummy, his belly button there, because I'm going to be trying to punch it like Little Mac tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a very inside punch out how you defeat King Hippo joke, but somebody will get it. Hey man, I hate to do it, but I got a
No, please.
I got to bounce.
AP, thanks for coming by. You've stayed long enough, more than generous with your time. I sure appreciate you. Get on out of here, buddy. Round of applause for AP in the chat. I sure
It was
appreciate it.
super
AP,
cool talking to you, man.
if they don't know where they can find you, I put all your links down below. Adonis Paul on Rumble, support him. Adonis Paul on Locals. Adonis Paul Clips, or is that what it's called on YouTube?
Yeah,
And
I got a clip channel I never upload to that I really need to start with. Getting started on shit is the worst part.
no, I feel you, and I don't think you're on Twitter. Somebody said you weren't on Twitter, but I saw Adonis Paul live. I didn't know if that was associated with you.
I have a secret Twitter account that is
don't
not.
Don't blow that up. Then you can just keep that on the deal.
Because I got to go on Twitter to get videos and shit. But no, I don't have like a Adonis Paul Twitter persona or anything. I mean, a lot of people know what it is. I think I was talking to you on it the other day too.
Okay,
we were making fun of that guy. No, never mind. That was Johnny Rockets. It wasn't somebody else who draws. But
Johnny motherfucking Rocket. Love that guy. AP, you're more than welcome to come by anytime. I fucking adore you. Love you. Love your channel. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Take it easy, brother. It's a
All
pleasure.
right, later. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for coming by. Had a great time with chatting with AP. Just kind of wanted to get that in there, get in there and talk to him because I knew he was going to be limited on time. I knew that he was had something else going on afterwards, so that was really cool. I love the cartoon guy. I love all the cartoon kind of stuff, and I love creativity, man. That's what we really want to talk about. Is how to change your life through creativity. It's a really big inspiration to me that somebody like AP can exist, and basically just off the strength of his creativity alone, can go out there and create. You know, I said create a lot, right? I just said it a lot. But he can go out there and create a lifestyle for himself based upon his imagination. And that's kind of what we're all after. In one form or another, we want to take our intellectual property within ourselves and we want to take it out into the world and we want to share it with the world. We want people to enjoy it and like it and transcend their life through our work. And then also we want to get paid, motherfucker. But we want to create great work and we want to leave a legacy. So I want to encourage everybody out there to create some great work, leave a legacy, kick some ass, and go watch AP. He's on all the time. I got his links down in the description, and I'm going to work on how to play videos on Zoom a little bit better. So get on out here, people, kick some ass, and let's get after it. Joe Frago says, what's up? All right. Later, Gators.